Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Zainab Vora. With me is Dr. Adhirai, our very dear bootcamp student who secured rank 658 in INI-CET, and we have her grandma with us. Vanakkam. Uh,
வணக்கம்.
please ask her to say something for you, for our juniors.
நீங்க பிளஸ் பண்ற மாதிரி ஏதாச்சும் சொல்லுங்க ஜூனியர்ஸ்க்கு.
ஜூனியர்ஸ் வாழ்க வளமுடன், எல்லா நலமும் பெற்று. இங்கிலீஷ்ல translation.
Yeah, she's just saying like all the best to everyone and may they get everything they want.
Repeat up.
Thank you so much. What is epitome?
வாழ்க வளமுடன்
வாழ்க வளமுடன்.
என்னன்னு கேக்குறாங்க இங்கிலீஷ்ல.
உனக்கு தெரியலடா.
I only
Just
understand Vanakkam, nothing else. What else do I know in Tamil? Is
live life like to the best like that.
amazing.
growth நல்லா இருக்கணும்.
Yeah, you should keep growing.
Thank you so much. Thank you is
நன்றி.
Nandri.
நன்றி. Thank you.
Thank you. She can stay here. It's so nice to see her. Adhirai, tell us about your journey, if you have to guide your juniors as to how to get a rank like yours, please draw us a roadmap for, how your journey was and what should juniors do.
My preparation started mainly after internship only, ma'am. In internship, I did only 1 month of directed preparation, and that was only with a short course. I had done a short from Med Synapse Nikita, ma'am. After that, I didn't study, and I gave May INI without any preparation as such. I had got a 38,000 rank. After that, I started with the I again revised the same short course which I did, and I gave NEET PG, and I got 35K in my first attempt. In South colleges, usually the internships are quite hectic, very hectic, and I come from Madras Medical College, which is the biggest college here, and we get a very, very huge patient load. So internship was quite hectic. It was difficult to study in between. So mostly here we usually start preparing only after internship. So after NEET, I started with the rapid revisions of every subject, ma'am. I followed your the cycle, which I think it was 4.0, which was going on that time. So I followed your cycle, but I was doing the rapid revisions, and I used to give a few T&Ds here and there.
Right.
And post that, I gave November INI-CET last year. I got 5.7K, and at the time I thought it was a decent rank, and like okay, it gave me confidence. And after that, it was and then I took a small break. Then I restarted in Feb. So that was when I properly started with BTR. You were actually the first faculty I ever got introduced to. My first subscription I ever bought was Unacademy only, seeing you there. And I started with your rapid revisions then, but because I had no introduction, it was very difficult for me to follow. So then I restarted with BTR, and I restarted with BTR, and I did that till around mid-April. And yes, ma'am. And I attended your offline BTR in Chennai. Then I gave May and I got 1.2K. That time I felt it was not exactly my best attempt because I did not like do a proper revision in the last few days because the war was going on, and was thinking it will get postponed. Then it was the boot camp, and there was just a magic. And
How was your NEET? This year's NEET?
yeah,
What
I repressed that memory. It was very
sorry for
it's okay. My NEET was not good. In fact, I had prepared way more for NEET than I had for AINI because I did the extra edge series during that time, and I had done the remaining T&Ds also, a few of them. And my preparation, even my revision was way better, but my rank was 10K this time. So that really, it actually humbled me, I would say. Because I realized that not every time that you put effort that you get something equal to it. And I also felt that the last 7 days revision, I think I crammed a lot of things into my brain, which was why there were a few I think when I looked at the questions, rather than using my logic, I think it was a short-term memory, and I changed a lot of answers, which I shouldn't have done because I had the extra time. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it humbled me and it made me realize, okay, still there was a voice within me saying, I think I can do this, but it can come out bad also. And it NEET made me accept that reality, and it was a good reality check, I think. Yeah, so and post that I thought that I had nothing to lose. After NEET, I thought I kind of made my peace with taking some NEET college, but I thought that let me give a last try for November INI. And I have been wanting to go to Nimhan Psychiatry from, I think, internship only. All of my batchmates, everyone knows it. So
Yes.
my friends kept telling me, you should definitely give it one last try for November. And I was like, okay. Then I thought the best way to do it would be to come to boot camp, because I have been following you only for the past year. And I thought like there is no one else, no other course I would go to. So I joined boot camp, and yeah, that's it, ma'am. I think I think everyone would have already said a lot of strategies, so there's nothing new that I have to add. But if I had to say something from my end, I think that there were a few things which I think that helped me. I am a very mnemonic heavy person, so I really remember well with mnemonics. So I kept adding, like whenever you would tell mnemonics, like I would actually write them down. I annotated them directly into my PDF, so that like when I'm revising, even without the video or something, I would look at that and I would remember it. Apart from that, I added the PYQs. I made it into one line and I added it to my book only in the last page, so that like I don't need to. I wouldn't like leave it at the end, like because if I bookmark it, there's like easy chance for me to just be like, okay, I don't have time. But when
Yeah.
I'm looking at the PDF, I would definitely look at those pages, so it would force me to look at them. I would also watch your video itself multiple times. It's like with every rewatch, there was definitely, like you already say, like there will be so many things which will be new in the next rewatch. So I watched your videos multiple times, even the day before NEET. Also, I kept rewatching the videos. So I feel like even though the BTR I have done so many times, countless times, even now if I rewatched it, there would be a few things I don't know. So I think it's important to keep rewatching the videos just to guide your revision and also to keep it paced. Yeah, and also while doing questions, what helped me was for the 2 months I was in boot camp, I only did ENDs, ma'am. I hardly like sat and did theory continuously. I only did ENDs. So when I did the questions, I would go back to that
Yeah.
specific topic in that thing, and I would revise it. Even if I felt like I got the question right and I know the topic, I would move ahead. But if I felt like I got the question right, but still, there are a few parts which I might have forgotten, I would go back and look at it. And similarly, if I got the question wrong, I would again annotate it into my PDF. I would keep adding everything to that PDF. So
Yeah.
since this whole year, I've only been doing that my PDFs. Yeah.
Amazing. So you did retrograde, after a point, just doing the same content again and again, you will not get so much yield as going back to it through questions would. So you did rectify. I think after NEET, you took your mistakes very seriously, and that's what I feel is very important, to not just get disheartened and sit and crib that why did this happen to me, because you did work very hard. And when your rank gets pushed so much from 1K to 10K, when you are better prepared, it does hurt you a lot, and a lot of people give up at that point. But you actually sat back and saw that, all right, I took a lot of pressure. I went very information heavy, such that my instincts took a backseat. I think all of these things you rectified in the last 2, 3 months. And I feel that this time you were much more relaxed. Even in the boot camp tests, I could see that when you were relaxed, you were better performing. And when you took the pressure that, okay, I'm not strong at this subject, you actually did not do well. Right. So I think you work very much like me. I also, when I take pressure, I can't perform perform. When I know, I tell myself, you will not perform, you will not perform, and you end up not performing, right? So you also work and function very much like me, where you have nothing to lose, you give your best, you know.
Yes.
So that's what you realized and you worked on, and that's great, you know. So that's true for every student. You and it'll be different for everybody, right? So that's what you have to analyze from your own journey. Also, you know, in last year also you used multiple resources, you know, everything concise, but multiple things like BTR, med synapse, rapid revision, a lot of stuff. So if you look back, would you have structured something differently, maybe started with RR then go to short course, or started with BTR and then go to RR? What do you think is the best way?
For me, actually, in internship, basically my internship was trying to figure out which source I
Hmm.
wanted to do. That was when I first came across, you're the first faculty I saw, and I decided, okay, anything about the other apps, about any other faculty, and I got. And I started with your rapid revision, and that time I started dermatology, and I
Hmm.
couldn't understand anything.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, this keratosis, parakeratosis, that is starting, and I couldn't understand anything, and it got me overwhelmed. That was when I took a short break,
Hmm.
and I went to med synapse, and med synapse is mostly mnemonic heavy, with like it's similar to that. So that helped me do a lot of high yield things in a short time. And uh, I thought that for my first attempt, let me do something very short so that like I can give my best,
Yeah.
which was
Yeah.
why I did that in the beginning. But for someone who's starting out, I would actually say do yeah, during my internship I also watched. I started with your neuro RR, ma'am. Yeah, neuro BTR, and again I couldn't understand anything. I was so blank when you were telling the nerve velocity and so many things I couldn't understand. So again I thought, okay, I need something longer in the initial part. So
Hmm.
I would advise someone who's starting out now to
Hmm.
start with RR. I think
Hmm.
it's good to start with something long so that you know what you are talking about when you move to a shorter course. So like you always say, like when you're doing the longer thing and then when you come back to the shorter thing makes sense to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, ma'am, I would recommend do the longer thing first and then come to the shorter thing, and then you can build upon that and keep revising the shorter thing so that your revision becomes more streamlined and faster.
Yeah, basically do what works for you. I mean, I think that's a better advice to everybody, that do what is working. If you felt like you're not understanding something, it's best to, you know, maybe come to it later, right? So that's what you did. You listened to your instinct, and you know, ultimately then started doing BTR, and then you started understanding it. So that's what you have to do, is do what is working for you, you know. So don't like listen to everybody, do listen to everybody, but do what your heart wants to do. That's the moral of the story. Amazing. Thank you so much, Adhira. It was lovely talking to you and lovely knowing you as a person.
Thank
Anything
you.
else that you want to add?
I just want to say that, like, ma'am, from you, also, like, we learn so much of content and about everything. But more than that, I look up to you very much because you're so humble, and I always want to stay like that forever. So, thank you, ma'am, for just being yourself and existing. You
Thank
are like inspiring so many students, not just with the content, but also just how you are as a human being, ma'am.
thank you. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. And please thank your daddy also. Uh,
Yes, ma'am.
we
Thank
call.
you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Next come Tamil Nadu.
Yes, yes, I
My
will.
house,
Surely, surely I will.
Kanchipuram.
Yes, 100% surely. I will definitely visit, and please, you know, convey my regards to your parents as well.
I would
And
like to thank my parents, ma'am, firstly for supporting me through everything and supporting my education and helping me reach Delhi in the first place. And I would like to thank my friends, ma'am. Like they have been a big support through this entire process. There were a lot of times where I was very down, and it was very difficult. Even after coming back to Chennai after finishing boot camp, it was very difficult for me to actually study, ma'am. My last 7 days revision was actually very less, and
mm,
I think that also made the difference in my performance in the exam this time, because I was using a lot of more of my logic and normal thinking rather than just trying to the things had crammed, and that actually made a difference, ma'am, this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So I would just like to thank my friends who were there with me throughout. Can I mention some
Of
names,
course,
ma'am?
of course.
So in Vidya Jeevan, my friends were like Nandini, Ayushi, Ketki, and Kapil. They were, and my roommate Sangeeta. They're all like very supportive to me. My college friends, Kishore, Manu, and my non-medico friend Jean. So all of them were really supportive of me throughout. And my other friend Saumya. Yes, ma'am.
Amazing. That's so nice, to remember each and every one, and give them credit, because we don't get this chance, very often to,
Yes, ma'am.
thank the people who stood by us, when
Yes,
it
ma'am.
mattered the most. And
Yes.
and without their support, you can't achieve this. It's not just your effort. It
Yes, ma'am.
takes a big team to,
Yes,
get
ma'am.
you
It
to this
takes a
rank.
village to make someone.
Absolutely.
Believe that I truly believe that I would not be here if not for the people who supported me. Even the person who gave me the bootcamp seat was someone who I randomly found on Telegram. I was
Wow.
waiting for INI open round results, and that was why I missed the registration. But yeah, so everyone, every small thing adds up, ma'am. It's
Absolutely.
not just my success. Everyone has supported me behind, and I'd also like to thank my aunts, ma'am. They were a huge support. Yes, ma'am.
Very nice, and not everybody has this insight, that it's not just your rank, it's a shared credit, and everybody has played a role. So that shows what kind of a person you are and how you've been raised. So
Thank you.
kudos to your parents and your family for that.
Thank you, ma'am. And
Thank
I would also like to thank Ravi sir also, ma'am. He kept checking in with me
Yeah.
throughout the whole boot camp. He would keep messaging and trying to help, ma'am. And Apoor sir also, when my leg was not fine, and like he helped me through that. And the staff were so supportive at Vidya Jeevan. And it was a great, just a great environment, ma'am, being at Vidya Jeevan. I don't think I've ever been that productive in my life. Just seeing so many people working hard, it also, I was so stress free, and even though there was the stress of the exams, there was nothing else going on in my mind, and it allowed me to give my best, ma'am. So thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Means a lot to me, and I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Thank
you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am.
you. Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
ma'am.